Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature eSports, and a pleasure to have you live at Charge. A little cat out of green action here, presented by Lunatic Designs. We're getting ready to have a little bit of fun. We've been streaming on Twitch all day. We've been getting our megathon on, but now it's back to what made us who we are. So we're back to it here tonight. And SIM500 goes to California, Autoclub, Fontana, however you want to call it, the track that I surely will miss when it comes to some of the best racing you get out there on the on a big, wide. I mean, it's a big track. It is awesome. It's 5 lanes wide. It's 5-6 wide racing. You know, you can see it. You can see it. That's where we're at tonight. WBD Diecast Truck Series here for SIM500, giving us a good look at what we're going to have. 80 laps for the drivers tonight, 2-mile length, big old. It's going to drive like a super speedway, kind of ish. And then on top of that, it'll be more of the same. A lot of heavy hitters tonight. 125 degrees on the track temperature. 86 degrees on the air temperature, 21% humidity, partly cloudy sky, 7-mile-an-hour wind for the 80 laps tonight. WBD Diecast Customs. Check them out. Links in the description on Facebook and YouTube. Good to see you all out there. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and we decided to go live on Kick as well to try a few things. Try some things that we're not used to. And give another platform a try. Why not? Jorgensen Jr. is going to be your pulse hitter here tonight for the week. It should be week 4, not week 3. Do apologize about that. Week 4 here in the WBD Diecast Truck Series. Tommy Ryan, your outside pulse hitter. Chad Coleman, EJ O'Rourke in row number 2. Stephen Miles, Brian Mackler are going to be out there at row number 3. Tyler Dalton, Troy Heat out there in row number 4. Height. Sorry, I think it's Hate, Haydt or HAOF. It could be Height. I'll have to ask. Troy on the 46 going to be there in row number 4. Row 5, Ray Rogers, Wesley Donaldson. Row 6 will be row 5, David Schildhouse, Ray Rogers. Row 6, Wesley Donaldson, Bentley Glazer. As some things switched around on the overlay for me, but it was right on the overlay for you. So good deal. Justin Fuller, Nelson Rivera going to make row number 7. Row 8 is going to be Jonathan Schweckart and Logan Kogar. Row 9 is going to be Bobby Wetzel and Randy Yoakum. Jeff Ryan, Joe Hudson out there. Row 10, Kevin Brown is going to be out there with JP Phillips in row 11. Jeff Hollingsworth and Ty E. Bass out there in the outside of row 12 in the 24th spot. Row 13 is going to be Charles Wood, Stephen Harlow. Row 14, Mark Schrader. Patrick Colby, Robert Fryery III is going to be out there. Rich Swavely in row 15. Joey Chattina is going to be out there with Paul Crumry in row 16. Row 17, Alex Bryson, Andrew Lutz Jr. Brian Padal is going to be out there with Mike Montesi in row 18. Row 19 will be Barry Stevens, James Dewar, Kevin Stone, Ron Holyfield, and Jason Karlovich. And then let's see, John Fowler. Then we'll see Andrew Lutz and Doug Sigmund, Brian Workman, Gerald Livingston, Eric Arnold out there as well. 47 drivers, I do believe. Doug Sigmund might be doing the things behind the scenes, the 04. All good things. It's a big racetrack. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be everything you can ask for. That's the way I say it. It's the way I see it. And all the drivers are ready to go. SIM500, thank you for sharing, Mr. Van Nist. I appreciate you for being out there, Robert. You're an amazing human being. I hope your day is wonderful. All right, drivers are ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do the thing. As Jorgensen Jr. looks to take him to green. Here at Autoclub, 80 laps, let's go. Drivers have 4 sets of tires, so plenty of tires to be able to make it work. One of the biggest things about this racing surface is the push to the inside. And who's going to be able to carry all that momentum? Ooh, wiggles out of the trucks early. EJ O'Rourke big, hit a steam up in the outside lane, 88. All the way up, we'll see the 24, who tried to go 3 wide early. Not doing it. Look at the back straightaway. Fanning out. Here they go. baby. How about them apples? How about the race line? How about everything you can ask for right now? Everything settled out so far. EJ O'Rourke out front. Brian Macklin, Mark Jorgensen Jr., Chad Coleman off a couple of spots from the start of the race. Trying to make it happen. EJ going to keep that 41 up front. Brian Macklin trying to maximize everything that's been going on for him over the last couple of weeks. Good start to the season so far. And SIM500 has really delivered the best, I think. Some of the best. Some of the best. So Stephen Miles, Brian Macklin, and then Stephen Miles. That have been your first three winners. Autoclub trying to, I think Brian might be trying to look for that second win. Try to alternate weeks there with Stephen Miles. Settles in as the 88 drops into the bottom side. 33 looks to deliver a little clean air. That's a big thing about this racetrack. Clean air is valuable. Chad Coleman in that 4 spot. Stephen Miles in 5th. Tyler Hutton rolling forward. How about Justin Fuller? He's due for some good fortune. Some good fortune. A couple of driver cams tonight. How about we go back and right on board with one of the drivers that we look to see. How about Rich Lately? Doing the thing. And side by side. Cleared up. Keeps himself nice and in check right there with Charles Woods behind him. Alice Bryson, you see the 83. Right there with the 60. Walker Marie up on the outside, 29 rolling. Good things. Thank you for running a little driver cam up at Shieldhouse. Keep yourself comfortable. Running a little bit of entertainment value. A little bit of good. A little bit of the 20. Gonna march his way back forward. EJ O'Rourke, Sean Macklin still side by side there. Jorgensen Jr. kind of riding just ahead. And everything these drivers are going to maximize. It's a bumpy racetrack. You can see it in the force feedback there. As all the drivers doing the thing. Kicking butt, taking names. All the maximum input. If you haven't done so, reach out, hit that like button for me because along with support what we do, we continue to call iRacing broadcasts. It's the big fortune of what we have going on. I like it. I do like it. All right. Who is doing what? Jorgensen, bottom side, Coleman, middle lane. Driver searching again for clean air. The outside lane is a pretty useful lane. But one of the things I do see on this racetrack quite often, even when I run it, is finding the extra grip. Passing lanes in the dirty air make the truck feel very tight. The track temperature is very spicy, so we'll see if any of the drivers are going to have any dynamic tire wear coming around. Massive look. As all the drivers are pretty darn snazzy. iRacing doing the iRacing thing. 30 bottom side. EJ O'Rourke up on the outside lane. 30 to side draft. Gives a lot of room. 41 able to deliver the defense. The field, you can see them. Basically, they're straight away apart from turn 3 to turn 2. Big line of drivers back there. That's Gerald Livingston back here. He keeps himself nice and calm. Andrew Lutz, same concept. He's just working on what he has got going on. Jorgensen through the grass. Oh, baby. Went for a ride. Let's see how that happened. Oh, the 30 got into the wall. Jorgensen able to save it. I don't think he really got any damage out of that. Tapped the inside wall a little bit. He just lost a lot of ground on the tires. Going to be a big factor. But Brian Macklin, it's a little loss. Great. Forces the check up on the 30. And here comes Chad Coleman, 30, back to the outside. EJ O'Rourke trying to control the race line here. Ooh, baby, 30 had to back out of it. 38 had to back out of it. Stephen Miles trying to work. Little Scott Foundation on board the 24. 30 is clear. And we'll take over that spot. Big run for the 41 as they drop back in. Whoa, baby. A bad wiggle. Right now, the 30 trying to hold back this racetrack. EJ O'Rourke very, very, very good at this racetrack. If I remember correctly, in the Xfinity Series, we saw a good pace out of that car here on the Wednesday night. So now the 30, the back bumper of the 41. Coulter, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you. Right now, got some hard-charging drivers trying to work. How about Tyler Dalton? Way up on the outside. 20 trying to work with him as well. Justin Fuller down at the bottom of the 20. Slides back up. Single file racing here just a little bit. 24 looking to the bottom side. Everybody kind of riding except for back here. Kevin Brown. To the bottom side sees Bobby Wetzel up on the outside lane. Kevin Brown. Bobby Wetzel. Sliding up out of the race line. 3 there as well. That is a big move out of Jeff Ryan. From the top to the bottom. As the 9 looks for room. 48 to the 46. A good push. Childhouse working around Tyler Dalton. Trying to get to the bottom side of that race line. Stephen Miles to the lead on the inside lane. The drivers trying to work out of that I wouldn't call it anything but some good luck. How about what would you do for a Klondike bar? I mean, we've all done some sketchy stuff for Klondike bars. At least that's what we'd all say we'd do, right? Thank you, Coulter, for the like. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, being out there. I appreciate you all very much. Keep knocking it down. 24 to the outside. 41 trying to slide up. Has to get out of the gas. EJ O'Rourke losing some ground. And Brian Macklin back to the outside of the 41. 24 down to pull the draft. All the way back up the racetrack. Stephen Miles. Pushing a driver or two backwards. 24 from the top to the bottom. Making it happen. So far, so good. EJ O'Rourke. Now back into that 7th spot. Has led the first basically 13 laps. Another lead change for these drivers. Fieldhouse into 3rd up on the outside lane. This track is massive track. How about Rich Swavely back here with Alex Bryson? Swavely on the bottom side. I want to check on Jorgensen Jr. Still dealing with the track. Has to work his way back forward. He's going to have to do it. Pit cycle. That halfway is when the driver's going to be able to pit. Some drivers might try to short pit themselves. Some drivers might try to make it a little bit longer. We'll see who's doing what and how much fuel they're going to be able to save. By any means, we're still about 25 laps away from the green flag pit cycle. These trucks get about 48 to 52 laps on a mile and a half racing surface, and so we added about a half mile. Putting the laps up about halfway is what we're going to see. Brian Macklin again back to the bottom side. David Schildhouse up at the outside lane, try to make that 3rd, 4th lane work. Right now, Fuller right there, try to make that Toyota go faster. Stephen Miles, 4/10 of the second difference out in front. Schildhouse all the way to the bottom side, dumps the dirty air on the 30. 38 to the outside, Fuller looking to the inside on the 30. Fuller there working, it's going to slide up, a wall scrape there for Schildhouse. Sparks flying on the tail end of that race line. That's a massive look. Right now, top 12 drivers. Ray Rogers in the 11. In the mix with him, Logan Kogar not far off. J.P. Phillips keeping himself nice and comfortable. Right there of 8 spots so far. Bobby Wetzel still keeping Kevin Brown there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Wetzel still having a good day. 46 of Hayes is right there. Robert Fryerty the 3rd in that 2 truck. Moving forward, Patrick Colby, positive 9 spots gained. Stephen Harlow is going to be up 6. Jeff Ryan working. Harlow's one of the drivers that we saw. How about Carl Landage? Savage has got a... this track reminds me of 110% of what I remember California traffic being. Oh, some drivers getting a little bit dusty there. They'll be fine. They were on the bottom side of the racetrack. No caution as they go to work. Randy Yoakum, Robert Fryer in the third. Back here in 36 now as the drivers figure some things out. How about Jorgensen Jr.? He has worked his way back to 42nd now. He's kept the field at where he needed to. Now has to go back forward. He's working the bottom side of the racetrack. We'll see if he's going to be able to pick off any of those spots right now. 4/10 of a second difference here on Stephen Miles. Good surface shot. Next Monday, Signature Esports. It's our throwback series underway. Monday nights, 7:30 Eastern is when the session goes live. 8:30 Eastern is going to be the broadcast. And it is all for the charity of the champions. And it's whoever wins that series, their charity of choice is going to get a donation from Signature Esports and the leagues. The amount that we're raising, minus the costs to run the league, of course. Like the fees for the session fees. So it's like $30 to do that total. I think for the entire season. So it's gonna be a good chunk of money. I'm pretty happy about it. 5-1-20. Chad Coleman, Wesley Donaldson. It's gonna be your top 5. How about Wesley? Having a good race here in the WBD Diecast Truck Series. That's what he's needed. He's needed a comfortable race and to be able to keep himself at bay. So Wesley Donaldson down on the bottom side following Chad Coleman. See how tires are going to be able to hold out here as Stephen Miles breaks the draft. Be up and down, and I think Schildhouse has a lot of help from Fuller behind him. We'll see what happens with Stephen Miles here as they progress forward. Fuller, right to the back bumper of the 20. Going to draw him backwards just a touch. A little better here. Undrafted for David Schildhouse and Justin Fuller. And Schildhouse is looking to try to carry the outside lane with Fuller. Exactly what we're seeing out of the two drivers. Can free the truck up quite a bit. As Stephen Miles gets a little wall tap there. Comes down, breaks the draft again. The two trucks behind him working together. So Stephen Miles, two-time winner already this season, trying to manage the truck and manage the gap behind him. Up and down, Schildhouse and Fuller. Now within 2/10 of a second. And closing, Wesley Donaldson has gotten around Chad Coleman. Brian Macklin back up to the mix as well. It was E.J. O'Rourke who led the first 14 laps. Right now, Stephen Miles is utilizing the natural race line here. Schildhouse still working the outside lane. That is where the truck has a tendency to wear the most. Tires usually wear up on the outside lane quite a bit more. And Fuller looking to shoot the inside. Here comes Wesley Donaldson on the bottom. Ooh. Stephen Miles getting tight on the older tires. Stays to the outside. Ooh, Miles and Fuller. Schildhouse takes over the lead. Fuller all the way to the bottom side. Schildhouse up on the outside lane. Fuller keeping himself clean. Keeping himself honest. Up door to door. As wall scrape for the. I tell you what, there might be some net code on that back straightaway. Oh, 24 pops out. Schildhouse, a little wall. Stephen Miles, Justin Fuller. Fuller there to side draft. Fuller to the lead. Middle part of the lane. There'll be 3 wide here for the lead. Schildhouse will actually lead that lap. We'll see the 24 slide up. 5-1. trying to cross over. Same concept for David Schildhouse. He's got to deal with the draft behind him as Justin Fuller works the bottom side. Corner exit will go to the side draft of the 5-1. We'll put the 20 up tight, 24 in tow. Nelson Rivera peeking out back there, saw that truck, trying to get himself a spot. Let's go. Fuller all the way to the bottom, slider up. Can he stay out of the wall? I think he's going to be good. Up and down. Fuller will... Schildhouse leads that lap. Fuller didn't even get the chance to lead that lap. So Schildhouse takes one away from Fuller. Fuller way up outside. Schildhouse will be tight. 24 corner exit up to the 5-1. They're door to door. Fuller tried to get a run there, and the 24 was down low. The 24 had to get out of the gas, almost got taken out. Or taking himself out, however you want to look at it. Fuller's trying to slide the 20. Schildhouse back to the lead. Fuller trying to get clear of the 20 here. All that's doing is drawing the rest of the field back to him. Ryan Macklin, Chad Coleman trying to work as everybody goes into, I'll tell you what, they're meaning business here. 10 spots gained from Stephen Harlow. Harlow at number 6. Put a good race in. How about Rich Slavely? Same concept, same bat channel. Ferguson Jr., since we last checked, all about 6 spots here, trying to work the outside lane. He's the 78 of Barry Stevens just behind Montesi. Hey, there's Mike in the Ford truck. Let's go, Mike. Drivers, we always got to check on. Joey Jatina, then 14 SIM500 homage. It looks like a Tony Stewart truck. That's pretty much what I see. Working hard. Schildhouse to Stephen Miles. Stephen Miles up and down again. Fuller pushing on. How about Wesley Donaldson? Stephen Miles following back out, up. Slides up behind David Schildhouse. Clears Justin Fuller. Fuller cool the tires off. Probably going to try to get another run at it. Miles back to the bottom side. Schildhouse still utilizing that outside lane. Wesley Donaldson keeping himself close. Stephen Miles all the way to the bottom, so is Fuller. 91 keeping himself there. Now Schildhouse trying to hold on. 49 of 80. Top 4 still blanketed. Brian Macklin closing back in. And you see the field starting to stack back up. J.P. Phillips back up there. 10 spots gained. He's got a spot to move. Bentley Glazer there. Nelson Rivera there as well. How about Ray Rogers in the 11? The 01 of Jonathan Schweckert. All of these drivers moving forward. E.J. O'Rourke back to 6th. Side by side with Chad Coleman. Schildhouse to Stephen Miles. Schildhouse continuing to beat down the wall with his right rear. Got a big cave in right there. Downforce might not be too bad of a factor right now, but got to start washing that right rear tire. Could become an issue before too long. 24 up and out of the corner. Schildhouse again. If I go on Stephen Miles' point of view, that right rear of David Schildhouse got a big dent there. So Schildhouse has got to keep himself from hitting the wall too many times. That can really mess that truck up. Especially on a track like this that is so draft dependent. A 2-miler that makes 1.5 racetracks. And look tame. Kevin Brown in 15th. Those drivers trying to work on that pass for the lead. Stephen Miles getting back to the bottom side. Justin Fuller with a run. The 24 up to side draft. The 24 got tight. 5-1's going to crest into the bottom. Well, Fuller will net side by side. That's going to pull the field back a little bit. So Schildhouse with some breathing room. '24 back to the outside of the 5-1. Ball straight for the 24. Big crossover for Stephen Miles as he tries to go back to it. Miles has got a good truck here. Everybody else doing the same thing. Same concept. Same thing happening again. Fuller down to pull the 24 back. Schildhouse will pull ahead. So the 5-1. See Stephen Miles side by side with him again. Miles will try to pull off the corner again. Gonna back out of the corner. Try to slide up in front of Justin Fuller here. That's what we'll see. Fuller clears Miles. Justin Fuller with a head of steam one more time. Cool the tires off. See if he's going to be able to try to do anything with David Schildhouse. If he travels and tries to keep it close. Stephen Miles getting off the apron. Wesley Donaldson keeping himself close. Good look here. Wesley Donaldson trying to pull the outside. Eric Arnold coming in the pit lane. He's going to take a green flag pit stop. Back straightaway. Looking pretty snazzy. So far, so good. Justin Fuller drawing dead even. Stephen Miles on the outside. Miles to Fuller. Schildhouse up on the outside lane. 24 drawing. So here's one thing that I'm seeing with that I'm not seeing. The drivers aren't drawing to the left rear quarter panel of the race leader. They're not trying to draw him back. The top four, so much within a blanket, that would normally run just a little bit harder into the corner. 24 with an egg shape out of the corner. We'll see Schildhouse up high. Be just clear enough. Stephen Miles trying to do what he can. Schildhouse working. Troy Haight coming to pit road. Joe Hudson will take over his spot. Joey Jettina up 11 now. Bobby Wetzel off forward, trying to work his way back into the mix. Mark Jorgensen Jr. now gained another 8 spots. And he's trying to put himself back in contention to win this thing without a caution. Got a lot of work to do. J.P. Phillips, he's Tyler Dalton, Jonathan Schweckert out there as well. How about the 81? Oh, baby. 81, full scent on the outside. Is it the 81 or the 31? That's the 31. There's James Dewar in the 77. Stephen Miles working. 24 clears the 20. Head of steam for the 20. Right back to the back bumper of Stephen Miles. It's been a good race. Mike Montezi, Jeff Hollingsworth. There's the 21 of Brian Pinal. Kevin Stone to the 17. 83 of Alex Bryson still working. There's the 8 of Randy Yoakum just ahead. Patrick Colby holding on. Schildhouse back to the lead. Stephen Miles trying to keep the lead. It's one thing to get the lead. It's another thing to keep the lead. Jay Newman, what's up, brother? Thank you much. I appreciate you. There's a little bit of help happening. Ryan Macklin and 2 of these drivers, first driver off the lead lap. Paul Crummery In the 60 back here, there's Ron Holyfield. There's Eric Arnold. Troy Hayton, the 46. James Dewar, the 77. Paul Crumry. Andrew Lutz Jr. And changes there. Sorry about, we have some bad weather going on. The Lutz Jr. runner, the 81, is actually the 12. Let me re-download Training Paint. So we have some skip frames. I do apologize about the skip frames, but there's not really much I can do about it sometimes. Not much at all. Kevin Stone, John Fowler, Gerald Livingston, Joy DeTina, David Schildhouse coming to pit road. Schildhouse trying to get a little breathing room here. Stephen Miles goes back to the lead. Want yourself back into the mix, right? Oh, Rich Swavely still driving. The phone does continue to be going on us. Re-downloading of the paints. RB, thank you for the like, sir. Hope the paints actually load. Because everybody's got a blank paint scheme right now. There we go. Excuse me. Come on, Trading Paints. Do your thing. There they go. Oh, 2. It's taken out there. It was Robert Fryery the third. Let me back up here. Robert was coming to pit road. He had somebody behind him. We go far chase. Boom, boom, boom. He was all the way to the right. All right, we should be good. We lost it. We have a storm going on right now. It's a big electrical storm, so again, apologies to everybody. YouTube, your Facebook, I'm up to reset you up. And continue to do that. So the drivers coming off pit road. We had green flag pit stops. Everybody's working so far. So bear with me. We'll get Facebook rolling once again. Not much I can do. Like the one time I go back to live streaming, the one where we have issues. So bear with me. We'll get all this stuff rolling again on Facebook. But we got our green flag pit stops in. The drivers might run a little bit longer. We shall see. All the things. All right, back again. All right, Facebook, you should be good now. How about it? Quarter second now. David Schildhouse, Justin Fuller, Stephen Miles. Boy, Hate's going to be working. Wanted to check in on the 12, who should be somewhere around that 5 spot. Still running the 81. I wanted to make sure that his paint scheme was correct. 5-1 working to the outside of the 20 here earlier. Drivers trying to make it happen. So yeah, we have to do a part 2 on Facebook. So everybody's out there. We lost the stream for a moment. We'll have all of the driver cams. Still have everything working. And thank you for everybody for all your patience. All the things happening. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I promise it's all fun. All right. Fuller, Stephen Miles, Wesley Donaldson. I missed a lot of the green flag pit stops. Eric Arnold, Bentley Glazer, he came in as well, off a spot, trying to work his way into the mix. Eric Arnold, the 31. Short pit of the drivers. In 13th, dropping back quite a bit here. Roy Haight, Kevin on 35, 39 for Kevin Brown. Andrew Lutz Jr., give it on 30, so he's 10 lap difference on what these drivers are doing. Lap time should level out. Should be the 5-1, the 20, the 24. Wesley Donaldson in 4th. Jorgensen Jr. has worked his way back to 26th. Even through the green flag pit cycle, he came in right there at halfway. He's got Brian Workman just ahead. James Dewar up 14. Alex Bryson up 10. Joey Chatina in 20th, up 11 spots. He looks to the inside. Colby going to make it side by side under the Alabama paint scheme. The SIM500 14 works that second lane. Corner exit. Goes to the advantage of the 14. But the 28 gets a run here. Drivers up high, down low. How about it, Rich Slavely? Stephen Miles to Justin Fuller. Stephen Miles out of control where the end of this race goes as well. Wesley Donaldson having a pretty phenomenal race. Dropping into the corner down to the bottom. He's throttle out, keeping it go. Got to make it happen. That's the way we see it. You know, sometimes we just deal with it. Stephen Miles, Justin Fuller, Wesley Donaldson went to the inside. He was looking for push into the corner. There's the 6th looking for one of his laps back. It is Stephen Harlow. All the way to the bottom. Harlow, I believe, had a penalty, so he is just trying to get himself working. He's up there running with the drivers. Definitely needs, he must have had a penalty because it was 40 seconds. But he's got some work to do to get himself back up in the mix. Frustrating day to have any of those things happen. Dolby, thank you for the like. Had to restart the stream, folks. On Facebook. Everything else went right back live, so I was pretty happy about that. I still had to hit the start-stop button, so, you know, those things happen. There he is. 10 spots. Bryson right behind. Montgomery coming to pit road. Yeah. Stephen Miles on a runaway here in the front of the racetrack. 3/10 of a second difference here. Everybody alone. You lost your mind, cheered 500 biddies. Well, thank you.
Budgie Bird 5 sent 500 bits.
Holy baby. Thank you, dear. I appreciate the 500 biddies. The 500 biddies. The 500 biddies. Thank you, dear. I appreciate the 500 bits. Welcome in. No losing nothing. All right, so there's Bad Boy and exciting for a moment. welcome. 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 Blue and Raiders, my name is Jason here at Signature Esports. We are calling a dang old race. Having ourselves some fun. I hope the stream went fan-dang-old-tastic. Bubba TV, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome in. Been a good race. It's been green from the word go right now. Stephen Miles has a quarter-second lead. The 6 to the inside. Stephen Harlow trying to get one of his laps back. He had a penalty, so he's getting one of his 2 laps back right now. Just trying to work. 6 trying to clear the 24. 24 is trying to hold the drivers behind him. What's great about this for the 24 Stephen Miles is now he's got a little bit of draft help. He can utilize a little bit of lap traffic to try to run with him. Stephen Harlow giving him 41. Stephen Miles giving on 40. It's not much of a difference on a tire, but what it is it is draft help. Thank you for coming on. Oh, thank you for being out there. Always make sure that you follow the people who rate us, folks. Give Bob Beth TV a big old follow. Thank you. Welcome in. How was the stream? I appreciate you. Still doing the megathon. Still got the timer going on the bottom side. Thank you to everybody doing the dang old thing. Eric Arnold, Brian Workman coming back to pit lane. 25 laps to go here at SIM500. There's the 99 off 15. Trying to work his way back to that top 2 spot. Pass right behind him. And just ahead, you see Andrew Lutz Jr. at 19. Losing some of that ground that he had earlier. 28. Coming to pit road. If anybody's trying to do a tire strat here. 24 laps to go. Stephen Miles. The 5-1 of Justin Fuller. Now within the striking distance. All of them going. All right, they've got a moment. I've got a moment. I'm going to go check on the router and ask Jess a question. I will be right. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. Maybe not. That's ahead of Alex Bryson. 35 and a 32. 32 gets a little. Oh, baby. They're fine. They're fine. Andrew Lutz Jr. But not to lose all that ground right now. Okay, now I'll be right back. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. All right. Okay, Tommy Ryan, 16 laps to go right there in the middle of your screen. How about Justin Fuller figuring it out with Stephen Miles into 31 coming around. That's Eric Arnold getting his lap back. He came in on 55, so he's going to be trying to work, trying a different strategy here. Justin Fuller, quarter second now. Wesley Donaldson in third. David Schildhouse back and forth, backing up to the 30, 46 on the outside. Another lap down vehicle. That's Troy Haight right there, trying to do something different as well. The strategy from all the drivers, a little bit different. A little bit different. Mr. Van Nest, thank you for the re-like. Again, apologies about the issues. Schildhouse changing lanes, changing strats, and now got to the wall just a little bit again. But Jorgensen Jr. working his way back to 21st. This is the 11 on the bottom. Fuller keeping it close, 91 to the 24. Wesley Donaldson to the back bumper. Solid day. Schildhouse to fourth. Brian Macklin keeping himself comfortable. We want a little bit of that right side damage. Looks like it's been taken care of there on the back bumper of that 20. Might have only been a second or two. There's the lap time right now. 43.66. About a tenth off the pace of your race leader. 46 to the bottom side. But unlap himself. A little bit newer tire. 5-1. Little diamond shape, second lane up. It's going to pull the draft to the driver ahead. That's something that's helping, that can help the race leader drastically, is having somebody to draft with and pull that truck ahead and keep himself moving forward. Schildhouse and Brian Macklin trying to work on getting that 1.6 second gap. The 30 drops to the inside. Fuller in a Toyota Chevrolet is on the other part of those race lines. There's the 21 coming off pit road. That is Brian Pinnell and that Toyota. Massive understatement. 5-1. Brian Macklin up and trying to work down the race line. 30 stays up though. Now Pinnell closing in, a little bit newer tire. Be able to drop in. Actually, I say drop in. He's going to go to the outside of the race line. 30 to the 20, 21 over the outside. 30 had an opportunity there. He could have followed the 21. He'd have had that fourth spot from David Schildhouse, but the 5-1, not at all what it would seem to be. 5-1 to Stephen Miles, Wesley Donaldson, Nelson Rivera working, Bobby Wetzel coming around, Charles Woods on point. Justin Fuller still keeping it on. It's 21 over the bottom. The race line superseding each other. Bentley Glazer trying to keep the inside of E.J. O'Rourke in that 41. Tyler Dalton working the outside lane. Holds that second lane now right in tow. The 41 and the 36. 41 clears the 36. 19 to the outside. We talk about controlling the draft. That's one of the things that we'll see. Schildhouse now the 12 going down to the bottom. It's Andrew Lutz Jr. 10 laps to go. We'll work on trying to unlap himself here. Change the strategy, change the race line. E.J. O'Rourke trying to keep people at bay. Flies up in front of the 19 who had a run on him. The 19 might look to the outside here. To be able to throttle up. 41 has to cut the line off right there. 19 trying to get there. Tyler Dalton making making what would look like an easy move, but the defense on the race line is what's huge. Joey Jatina coming to pit road. Fuller to Stephen Miles. 9 laps to go. The field kind of stacked up. David Schildhouse has cleared Brian Macklin. Brian Macklin has cleared David Schildhouse. And Tyler Dalton is cleared out as well. '81. See Stephen Miles trying to utilize the 81's draft here. Be able to try to turn into the corner with him. Andrew Lutz Jr. getting that lap back. 24 will draw even with him. And slide up right behind the 5-1, keeping it close. Lutz Jr., the 6 just ahead. 23 way up on the outside lane. Lap traffic at Autoclub is massive. Miles working second lane. 24 draws up. 5-1 slides up on the 6. Could have a run here. But right there on the back bumper. 24 draws dead even. 5-1 down to side draft. Going to make the 24 tight. Alex taking the light. 5-1 to the 24. Wesley Donaldson in the lap traffic right behind. Brian Macklin, David Schildhouse. Schildhouse closing back in. About a quarter second between he and Brian Macklin with 6 laps to go. Tyler Dalton in that 6th spot. Bentley Glazier in 7th. AJ O'Rourke in 8th. JP Phillips in 9th. Chad Coleman in 10th. My car's going to be in that 01. The 4 spots are charging right now. Alex Bryson, Eric Arnold, 17, 18 respectively. There's Eric Arnold, draws 29th right now. Jorgensen Jr. has worked himself back inside the top 20. He's looking to try to make more happen. Has a little bit of lap traffic there with him. Right there ahead of him, Joe Hudson of the 49. Justin Fuller, a 10th the gap. As 5-1 tries to have the drive off on the corner. 24 up and out, trying to draw near. Fuller, good race line there. Diamond in the corner. High in, low out. The race line draws dead even right now. As we're 5 laps to go. Forward the line for Justin Fuller, trying to get his first Truck Series win this season. Stephen Miles trying to get his 3rd. Brian Macklin to the 4 spot has left David Schildhouse here. Tyler Dalton has now closed down that gap. Justin Fuller still holding on. 24 out. Drawing to the outside. Oh, baby. Got a little wiggle out of that truck. Just a touch better. Trying to figure out where the 5-1's going to be. It's pretty massive. And right now, the 24 going to draw the 5-1 in. A 10th. Will be 3 laps to go. 4 to go, sorry, as we go into the corner. Fuller, Miles. Fuller will draw the corner. Stephen Miles, 3 laps to go. Door-to-door corner exit, 5-1. Fuller should be able to draw the outside lane, but can Stephen Miles work the corner here all the way down to the bottom? Justin Fuller's going to be able to throttle up here. Miles trying to match the pace. Just couldn't get clear of him. Fuller will go to the outside. Miles having to work the draft. 2 to go. Stephen Miles, Justin Fuller, 5,403 for Justin Fuller, 5,608 for Stephen Miles. In Justin Fuller putting on a show. Wesley Donaldson in that third spot. Giving himself a top 3 night would be a night for him. 24 to the 5-1. Drive off right now. We'll come around and see it. How about it? A race to the end. White flag waves. Final lap. Autoclub going up and showing out. Bumper to bumper traffic. 24. Very bottom side of the racetrack. Try to slide the 5-1. 5-1 might have a crossover move here. 24 up and out of the throttle. 5-1 head of steam. Can he get there? 24 there to break the draft all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Justin Fuller tries to make the slide. Drops into the corner. 24 to the bottom. 5-1 up into the 24. Gets him into the wall. Justin Fuller takes one away from Stephen Miles. Fuller wins. Miles will finish second. Wesley Donaldson will have a close third as Justin Fuller takes one away in turn 4 on Stephen Miles. Brian Macklin fourth. David Schildhouse fifth. Tyler Dalton sixth. Glazer O'Rourke, JP Phillips, Chad Coleman will finish inside the top 10. So Justin Fuller gets the win. Here's how that transpired once again. Fuller sent it in. 24 ran the lane. 5-1 comes up. Oh, the throttle up. 24 throttled up. 5-1. Just good hard racing to look like. So Justin Fuller gets the race win here tonight to end week 4, making the third different winner in as many weeks. Stephen Miles on an absolute masterful run so far. As another top 3 finish. Justin Fuller, Stephen Miles, Wesley Donaldson, Brian Macklin, David Schildhouse, your top 5. Dalton Glazer, O'Rourke, JP Phillips, Chad Coleman, your top 10. Schweikert, Brown, Ryan, Colby, your top 14. Bryson at 15th. Bass, Swagley, Kogar, Hudson Rivera, Randy Oakham being cut off there on the race results. Randy Oakham 21st. Wetzel, Montezi, Hollingsworth, Barry Stevens through 25th. Schrader, Haight, Arnold Lutz Jr. Finishes in 29th. Jorgensen Jr. had to finish 40th. He had something, I don't know if he had to come to pit road. Something happened with him. Either way, things do what things do. Charles Woods finishes in 30th. The 29th for Lutz Jr. Charles Woods in 30th. Crummery finishes in 31st. Jatina in 32nd. Fowler, Dewar, Rogers, Ryan, Workman, Holyfield, Harlow, Jorgensen Jr., Brian Pinal, Livingston, Kevin Stone, Karlovich, Lutz, Priory the third, and Doug Sigmund, 60 laps down. That is your driver's for tonight's race. Man, oh man. Good race. Good race. Green to checkered. That's what you want to see out of these drivers. That's for sure. Absolutely want to see that be the case. So, maximum effort. Let's talk to the man. Justin Fuller comes home in victory lane here tonight. Hard racing throughout the race. Try to keep yourself clean. Try to keep yourself, in the mix, and try to get out front. Draft strong. Everything was good. I said it was going to happen. You were due, and you capitalized on that one, man. Congratulations on the victory here.
That was a phenomenal race from start to finish. I mean, we had an all-out brawl up front, so that was a lot of fun. This is such a great racetrack. I hate that it's gone in the real world, you know what I mean? So, I'm so glad that it gets to live on here in iRacing, and we can have great racing like that. So, I know I used Steven up there on the last lap, but I owed him one from the Xfinity Series on Wednesday night, and he can consider it even now. I didn't wreck him, just like he didn't wreck me, but he used me up. So, and it cost me the win at Dover. So, but aside from that, phenomenal race. I mean, that had to have been a lot of fun to watch, especially that first stage when we were absolutely brawling for the lead up front, top of the four of us. So, man, that was a lot of fun. I wish we were still racing. I wanted to do another 40 laps.
You know, when I saw 80 laps, I was like, this race is going to be over in like an hour. I was like, no. I love this racetrack. I'm similar to you. I wanted to see. I would love to see this racetrack live on. I know that they're, NASCAR is looking at different options for it, but it even sounds like that's not even going to happen now with the development, halted on this. This is. I agree that something like Autoclub and the way it drives is it's so iconic that you got to bring the trucks here. You got to bring the cars here. This was a good race. This was a great race.
Phenomenal. I mean, you can just race all over this track. It's just, it rewards saving tires. And I mean, I'm not even going to deny it. Steven was probably better than me right there at the end. He saved his stuff a lot better. I was just trying to save fuel, and he started to save fuel because I felt like he burned his stuff up right off pit road, and I just wanted to get out in front. And a couple lap cars kind of dumping dirty air on me didn't really help, but nonetheless, it was, God, this place is just so much fun. If somebody could just build the track just like this in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in America, and put up grandstands, man, it would bring people. It's just, I wish they would demolish Pocono personally and make it like this. I love Pocono. I think it's such a unique racetrack, but man, if you put this place in place of Pocono, it'd be so much better.
You know, they could put it right in the middle of Pocono.
Well, not really.
No, yeah, it's 2.6 miles. So no, they couldn't. It'd be close, but they couldn't.
It'd be close. But.
You know, Jason needs to over here, Signature Esports needs to have that financial luck. I don't even play the lottery, but maybe I should start playing and try to get to that $1 billion, whatever it is. I don't know. It would be great to have a track like this in the real world. Just because you talk about multi-groove racing, you talk about being able to roll the corner, being able to have a different lane on exit. I mean, I watched a couple of times where, you would drive from the high, low exit and make it so difficult for people to be able to come out of the exit corner. But that's part of the racing, the racing line here, that if you choose to do that, that's it's such a great defense and a great offensive move at the same time. Like this track, it drives different, and just the level of fun you can have at this racetrack is amazing.
That it is. I mean, like I said, you can just drive all over the place. It's definitely a driver's track, and the cream rises to the top. Doesn't really matter where they start. So, just so much fun. I wish trucks had a little bit more power. It would just make these corners a lot better. You could really modulate the throttle a lot more. Obviously, none of us were really pushing it 100% until right there at the end, and that little bit of run in the first stage. So, I just love this. I just wish we had another pit stop and 40 more laps to go, because that was just so much fun.
Regardless of how it goes, hold on, let me see real quick. I always like to look because if we can go to a track 2 times in a year or 2 times in a schedule, even better. I wanted to see it. It's not. Oh, dang.
We pretty much do every track once, so I don't think there's any doubles.
Except for Talladega. Get rid of Talladega. Come back to Autoclub. It'll be fun no matter what. Justin, congratulations. You were due, and you got it, man. Give you shout-outs, brother. You got a win here tonight and a phenomenal race.
Yeah, thanks to WBD Diecast for sponsoring the series. Thanks to you putting on the broadcast. I'm 100% going to go back and I might even watch this thing tonight before I go to bed. Thanks to SIM500 and all the events what to do. Thanks for the race. Again, phenomenal race. You couldn't ask for anything better. 80 laps, green flag. And I don't know what it looked like to the rest of the field, but up front, we're just brawling. It was so much fun. Thanks to all my teammates at Aftermath Motorsports. And, looking forward to next week at Richmond. It's another great track for me, and see what we can do there.
Going to be awesome. Make sure you watch the one on YouTube. I had to put up another stream on Facebook because we have storms going on over here in Missouri, and we lost the internet for like a split second, and YouTube is complete. We're as close to complete. And it's only all on one stream. So
I always watch it on YouTube anyway, so
yeah,
that
yeah.
works.
I always, because some people like the Facebook stuff. I'm good with wherever anybody wants to watch. I mean, we put it everywhere, so we try to do what we can. Justin, brother, I appreciate you. Enjoy it. Are you racing Friday night?
It depends on what track it is. I don't know. I might have plans Saturday, so I may not be able to. That starts a little late for me, but
Mhm.
I've wanted to run. I wanted to run Autoclub, and I set my alarm for 11 a.m. instead of 11 p.m.
Right.
or 11:30, whatever. I like to just show up right at the end. I don't want to practice because I like my sleep. So I kicked myself for that because I heard it was a great race, and um, that car's so much fun. So there's a possibility that I'm there, but I'm not going to guarantee it.
It's Talladega. No.
Yeah, I won't be there.
Okay.
Man, you never know. We'll see.
You never know.
Maybe.
All right, Fuller. We'll see you later, man. Be good.
Have a good one.
You too. Justin Fuller coming home in the victory lane here tonight. Stephen Miles having a phenomenal season. I talked about it last week when you got the win. Top two tonight. Fuller says, you're even. He used you up a little bit there. And I saw it and I was like, oh, no, he took it out of 4. And it just looked like hard racing. And he was trying to make sure he made it as difficult as possible. You showed some sportsmanship there because it could have ended badly for both of you. What a race, though. Hard to pass. And you had a truck that could pass late or at least try to pass late. You could get clear. It's just the truck kept dumping. It looked like you were getting tight there in some portions of that racetrack. Man, oh man, walk me through it, man. A P2 finish, still points leader going through the first 4 weeks here.
It was an amazing race, man. Shout out to these drivers. Well, all of them but one for driving clean for the whole race. And you know, I kind of proved it early. I was gonna be a truck to be reckoned with. It kind of seems like that's how the season probably gonna go. And just biding my time right there and trying to figure out pitch strategy and realize just run it out. Don't beat myself. Just pit and race these guys out. It was only 4 of us up there. I was just saving my right rear. I wasn't tight at all. I mean, it was just my right rear, and I was just riding behind Fuller, and I timed it right, I felt. And I didn't want to throw no block on him and make a dirty move or force him to, go to his original ways. Because, I mean, anybody know in this league how I drive, and I'm one of the cleanest drivers out here, and everybody know how Fuller is. He said he owed me from, I guess, February of a whole different league or whatever, different car and everything, but he owed me. So, but ever since I joined this league, it's been like that with him racing with me. So it is what it is. He could call it even, but that's not gonna change how I am and how I race people. I'm just gonna race clean and hopefully, man. I mean, I thought I was gonna have a drag race there, man. I knew he was gonna dive it in, but once I looked back at it and seen that he hit his brake and slowed down for me to get into him, and I could have stayed in it and just hooked him and turned him around and been that guy, but that's just not who I am. I take a second place before I ruin somebody's race, and it's just crazy. Go back to Dover, that's situational awareness and stuff. I remember I had fresh tires coming through the pack, pitted late, but trying to get all I could get, and I think I made a mistake or whatever happened, netcode or whatever happened, and it ruined his race. I feel for him. But I mean, Shieldhouse is gonna win that championship anyway. They didn't change the standards in that, but man, it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna get hung up on it, man. 2 out of the 4 races I won should have been probably 3 tonight, but hey, that's how racing goes.
It just goes to show. I mean, 3 top 5s in the first 4 races. It's when I'm looking at Sim Racer Hub, getting my statistics for there. One of the lowest incident counts out there as well. That's pretty massive when it comes to how the driver rating works. And I mean, just the. I mean, you have good wherewithal, right? You have good track knowledge. You're having great pace, and you're on the radar to be one of those trucks. And I agree with you that I think you're one of the trucks that are, going to be very competitive this season. And early going, week 4, I know that Fuller was due, and I expected a good race out of him, nonetheless. But you guys really did, put on a good show. I mean, I think that would. It's got to be a lot of fun to be able to have those battles, regardless of the outcome. You guys really did drive it like you stole it tonight.
Yeah, I don't take no credit from Fuller, man. He's an amazing racer, but it's two type of amazing racers. It's Kyle Busch's, and then it's whoever else that drive clean or whatever. But right then, you know, I mean, if you could beat somebody, you want to beat them heads up. You don't want to beat them in no type of tricks or nothing like that out of four, or put somebody playing chicken. I didn't want to wreck them. I didn't want to get no penalty, nothing like that. But it is what it is, man. My name, my record, how I race, it stands for itself. You can ask anybody how I race. I'm one of the cleanest drivers, and when I win, I do it right. I do it the right way. So, good win for him. Uh, I mean, I don't even want to go back and watch the broadcast. I've seen it all iSports. So,
Yeah, I
can I get,
looked at it twice.
yeah,
So,
I knew he was gonna dive bomb it, but for him to play them tricks and slow it down, for me to get into him, and it's just it is what it is. But can I get my shout out?
Steven, go ahead, brother. Congrats on a P2 finish, nonetheless. And you guys probably need to have a talk. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
man. I race so much every week, bro. I'll be man. I don't even want to keep on this, but shout out to Joey Katina, man, and putting this good league together, man, with these amazing racers. 80 laps, green flag. I mean, just everybody did a good job. Shout out to you for putting these awesome broadcasts on, man. I don't know if you're on a marathon or something, but man, you got some work ethic, man. You just stayed locked in, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna get more and more viewers as they come. Um, Dang, man. Shout out my teammate AB, wherever he finished at. My mom, my dad, my girlfriend, everybody that support me. All the fans that's tuned in to the series and all the series sponsors, man. And most of all, Jesus Christ, man, for waking us up in the morning and allowing us to rent cars late at night.
I love it. Maybe
And
fake.
shout out Fuller too for the win.
Yeah, it may be fake cars, but it's real racing. AB finished in 15th, 18 spots gained.
Okay.
He had a
Yeah, I
good
know
one.
he had inventory, so he was working and driving at the same time. So good enough for him.
Yeah, we're our marathon is. I have cancer, so we're raising money for my treatments, and
Okay.
so we're doing. I've been going so if I count 3 Thursdays ago plus all the way up to today. Oh, tomorrow will be 4 weeks, so 28 days, 27 days. Yeah, we've been going.
Okay, everybody go give a donation, man, and go to Signature Esports, man, and support my guy, man. And yeah, man, sorry for that, man, but prayers to you also.
Yeah, it's something. It's we have what they call low dose radiation up until December, and then I have surgery January 6th. So it's on my nose.
Okay.
It goes into my nasal cavity. It's called a basal cell carcinoma.
Okay.
And so they're gonna cut a triangle out of my nose, and I'm gonna look funny afterwards, but it's okay. So
He'll heal. He'll heal.
But it's just expensive, and health insurance only covers so much, and the most expensive thing you don't want to get health wise, folks, is you don't want to get cancer. It's expensive as all get out. So it's crazy. So Steven, much love. Congratulations. Don't dwell on it. You're gonna come back kick butt next week.
Oh yeah, I already know, man. Yeah, good luck with that, man, and everybody have a good night.
You too, brother. Steven Miles coming home P2 tonight, and we know that it can sometimes racing gets the best of us. I promise it does. Wesley Donaldson, though, comes home P3, and it's about dang old time that we've had a conversation with you. It has been a hot minute since I've had the WBD Diecast truck up in my boots. You have been due as well. You're due for a win. And how about it? I every time I see somebody that's due for a win, they get into the podium. I'm like, there's that momentum. How about a P3 finish tonight, man?
Man, I'll take it. After the way this season started, I've finished like 21st, and 33rd to start the season so far. Definitely hadn't reflected where I had been running at least, but Man, I didn't burn my right front off a little bit there at the end because I've been itching for that win. I don't think I've won in a league race in the last about a year now, so it's definitely been a while, and I'm glad
Yeah.
to at least be back up here.
Well, ever since the last throwback, or not throwback, the Thunder series, you wanted a Thunder, one of the Thunder series prior, the one I was calling
hmm
before. So you're due. You really do, man. But I mean, it was a great race. I mean, when you were in that first stint, you were just kind of rolling. I mean, watching you, go from 11th up into, the top 5, 6 drivers, just kind of managing, and then after the green flag pit stops, you're in prime position right there with the top 3, 4 drivers, and held your own. I mean, from the word go, kept yourself clean, and then lap traffic kind of separated a little bit there too. Was that just because you were talking about your right front burning off the right side tires? Was that just the fallback from there with a little bit of dirty air in front of you?
I think a little bit. I think some of it was just that first run going into it. It seemed like we were going to be a hair short, so I was really trying to take it easy, like the first 10 laps or so.
Mhm.
And then I know towards the end of that first run, I mean, the last 10, 15 laps, they were all just battling like crazy in front of me. And I was like, I'll just ride for a while. It's not worth it, even though it looks fun. But I think that second run, I just drove a little too hard. And I don't think it helped either that we stayed single file. Fuller had a lap car up in front of him, kind of pulling him along. So I think inadvertently just driving a little bit harder. And then, like you said, get those lap cars kind of in between. And it just, uh, before I knew it, with about 10 to go, I'd realized my right front was gone. So I was just kind of hoping that something would happen there at the end. And it almost did. But
Right.
either way, I'm glad to still be third.
I tell you what, that when that checked up out of the corner, you had so much momentum, you almost got second. Like you were almost there.
Yeah, I was hoping they would have stuck together a little bit longer. Or, like I told Miles, he should have just kept his wheel a little straight there, and maybe they both would have went up to the wall. But
Right?
that's just the wishful thinking, I guess.
I'd have been. I mean, I'd have been there. I'd have been there. You know. But I tell you what, there's a lot more good racing left. I know that Richmond's going to go next week. We have Richmond, of course, but it's flat track specialist with a little bit of banking. That's that's the short track specialty. You kind of need to start up front next week. Kind of where's your plan there? And hopefully it doesn't involve you going to the bank again.
I mean, I don't feel like I'm the best at Richmond. I feel like I'm decent. So I know a big crutch for me lately has been that I've been kind of screwing up my qualifying laps. So the big thing, especially, I feel like it's any track anymore. It's just so hard to pass anywhere. So get qualifying up front, staying up there, hopefully staying out of trouble, and hopefully end up somewhere near the front or in victory lane.
Wesley, thank you very much for what you just did as well.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I appreciate what you do as far as, I mean, you've been broadcasting for us for quite a while. So, I mean, say between the goat stuff that you were broadcasting and then now here with all the SIM500 over the last few years, we appreciate what you do. So
Yeah.
I'm sure any little bit helps.
Well, that little bit adds to our timer too. So everybody knows that dang timer's staying on the screen. So now I have to add the.
Yeah, I had no idea until Miles. I was listening to the interview before it, so I heard everything. So yeah, hopefully everything goes well for you. I know that's never any fun to deal with.
No, I mean, we. How do we put this? It is about as. It's about as forthright as you could ask for. I mean, I hate to even dwell on it. I was nervous even talking about it because I was like, I don't know if I want to use my platform for those things, and then I got thinking about it. I was like, if I'm gone for 2 months, people are going to be like, all right, well, where'd he go? And it's better. I think I always say it's better to be transparent now than it is for me to, in January, February, be like, hey, I got to take this time off and, or close down shop because I've got $100,000 in medical bills.
Yeah. And I mean, you've done stuff for other people too, so
Mhm.
I know I've been in one of the charity races, but I mean, what goes around comes around with that stuff, so I don't think
All the
there's
time.
any issue with sharing that stuff.
All the time. If I could help others, I mean, I would rather be helping others than. I mean, I even have a league we're starting on Monday nights. I know you guys have your Monday night Cup series, but I'm even starting a league on Monday nights, a throwback series where we're taking all the money that we're raising from the driver entries, and the championship winner, whoever their charity is that they choose, we're going to donate all that money to that charity. So like
That's awesome.
I'm always trying to do more to help as a community and keep iRacing interesting and be able to help causes. And I think at the end of the day, it's drastically about leaving a legacy, but at the same time building one that drivers can carry on later on as well. I think that's what matters to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But every time you sponsor a series, we get to this point where I get to give you a driver interview and I get to tell people WBD Diecast Customs, your link is in the description. It's also on the SIM500 website, but you get to tell people what you do and why you do it.
Yeah, WBD Diecast make custom diecast for Cup, Xfinity, Truck, ARCA, whatever NASCAR stuff you can think of. Can do real life NASCAR schemes or iRacing paint schemes, either way. 164, 124. So check it out. Like I said, link in bio. Otherwise, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. Just look up WBD Diecast and it should point you right in the right direction. But otherwise, thanks everybody for what they do here at the league, all the other admins, Joey, everybody who puts this stuff on. There's a lot of back end work that goes into it. So appreciate everybody that helps keep this thing running. Appreciate you for putting on these broadcasts every week. I don't get quite as much free time to go back and look at them like I used to, but I try to every single time. But it's always excellent. Hopefully some of us put on a good show there for you, especially in the first half of that race. But yeah, hopefully have a good run next week and be up talking to you again.
There was a lot of racing everywhere, but it was so hard at a track like this when the front 4 or front 10 keep it so close and keep it as interesting as it was. It makes it hard to jump back and forth. And about when I get to the halfway, if I need a drink of water, I do that and I throw it on the exciting cams and just give everybody a chance to go. I wasn't able to do that until lap 60. We have storms going. You live in Illinois, so I live in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
We have storms going on. So we have good electrical lightning going on right now. It's so humid and it was so hot today that like it's pretty bad. And so I lost the internet about green flag pit stops, and I was like, oh crap, and had to restart Facebook stream. But YouTube was able to stay going, so all I had to do was just reconnect to it. So, it was a great race, and I dealt with a little bit of a hiccup, and then the racing was still really good. So I was like, let's keep going. You guys have been putting on an incredible show. Like this, when the drivers make it easy for me to tell a story, that I think that's the key. And you guys, you guys do a great job. SIM500 as a whole does a great job, but you guys as drivers make this as real as it can be.
Yeah, and it's always funny in moments. I think David said something when they were battling up front. He's like, "Oh, I hope Jason's getting some entertaining stuff on video up here." But yeah, it's always a ton of fun. And hey, maybe it's always fun when it looks like rivalries are starting.
I love it.
At least from the outside perspective. As long as I'm not the driver that's in it, then we're good.
Yeah, you heard it, didn't you? I was like, I went back and I looked at it again. I was like, at first I was like, Fuller got tight and pushed up a little bit. Then I was like, no, Fuller made sure that he had to check up. And I mean, because I tell you what, Miles could have stayed the lane and Fuller would have went around. It probably would have. I mean, you probably would have won, but at the end of the day, I was like, oh, all right, well, long memories, tempers. I like it.
I'll just say that wasn't the move I would have made, but teach their own.
Oh, it's how it goes though. Racing is racing, and it's fake cars but real racing. That's my adage. It's the coin that I like to flip. and it's gonna be much better next week when I see what happens at Richmond.
Yep.
Be awesome. Wesley, much love. Appreciate you. Thank you again for your donation. It's awesome of you. Added 3 hours to my timer. Thank you. The way it goes.
Keep you going forever at this point.
You know what? I told everybody the goal is to keep me going until January 5th. Because my surgery is January 6th. So if I can end the stream on January 5th, I'd be happy. So, it'd be the way it goes. All right, Wesley, much love, man. I'll let you go.
Yep.
Enjoy your night.
You too.
It's Wesley Donaldson coming home in P3 tonight, and a kind gesture. Thank you, sir, very much. He sent over some money to our Cash App, and I'll update the overlays when we go back to the main screen and the gaming screen and all that stuff. So it was fun. This was a great race. And I'm sorry about the hiccup in the middle. Like I was saying, I hate that's what happens. Rick Man racing from 30th to 17th for the heavy straight. Dude, they're on a run. It's only a matter of time for you too, Mr. Swavely. Rich, you got to get yourself up here so we can have that conversation. So, to get you up here. Gonna have some fun with it. This was good. This was fun. An absolute blast. So, and we continue to take on iRacing leagues and iRacing streams because of that. And that's kind of it's kind of the mindset, folks. I want to be able to do more to keep us keep me moving forward. I have radiation treatment every Tuesday. Yesterday was a rough day. It was my roughest day yet. Yeah, it's only gonna get rough, more rough from there. Low dose is still sucks. You know what I mean? But we'll keep going. We'll keep doing the thing. We're gonna go back to the game. Facebook, YouTube, we love you. We were live on Kick for a little bit, but I wasn't gonna restart the stream and do that. I just wanted to get back on the main and make sure the main platforms were working again. We'll figure out Kick and what's going on there and all that stuff. But outside of that, we appreciate you all. We appreciate everybody being out there. And we thank you for continuing to support what we do. Be good, be safe, be kind of one of the most important factor of life. We're going to keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? Be good. We'll see you in the next one. Twitch, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.